ran my very first competition with the Epson SF-810 sports watch, and it was incredibly interesting because I got a lot of information and feedback, especially on the heart rate monitor. So because I've been using the watch for the last fortnight, I've been able to see where my resting heart rate is, where my high intensity heart rate is, and then my recovery heart rate between sets. So what I saw in the competition that was different was that I was also wearing a continuous glucose monitor. So for those people who perhaps don't have type 1 diabetes, it is a measure, a sensor that's worn underneath your skin that tells you what your blood glucose levels are doing. So whether they're high, whether they're low, and it predicts which way they're going to go as well. So what I learned was that before the competitions, had a massive adrenaline spike, and this kind of came up on my heart rate monitor as well, that I was about 10 or 20 beats per minute above my normal resting heart rate, which was particularly interesting and helpful for me because if I wasn't wearing a continuous glucose monitor, this would be an indication that I needed to manage things and how things were going, and that I was having to work a lot harder, say, with an adrenaline spike during exercise, which of course I need to be mindful of. The other interesting thing that came up as well was that when I was doing my gym session, which was my first session back on the Tuesday after my competition, that my resting heart rate was incredibly low. It was actually 10 beats per minute lower than normal, so about 60-64 BPM, which was interesting because it helped me realise that in terms of nutrition, in terms of rest, that I was actually doing quite well, that I was managing to catch up with myself after 3 days of hard racing in the 200-metre sprints at Bucks. So the heart rate monitor has been an incredibly useful tool to use to analyse my fitness and also how my blood glucose levels relate to my fitness as well. So if you'd like to see pictures of me using the watch in the gym, please check out my Instagram and also my Twitter.